For thousands of years, humanity searched the skies for answers. In the stars, the sun, the moon, and the myths that shaped civilizations. But what if the stories we've been told are only half the truth? Here on Unmasking the Gods, we explore the hidden patterns of myth, religion, and the cosmos, uncovering the wisdom our ancestors left behind. If you're ready to see beyond the veil like this video, subscribe and join us each week as we continue unmasking the gods. The moon and the divine feminine. Where does mystery live? Where do we look when we seek the hidden rhythms of life, the secrets of cycles, the wisdom of the night? For as long as humanity has gazed upward, the moon has been a mirror of mystery. Unlike the blazing sun, the moon does not burn with its own fire. She reflects, she borrows, she changes. From crescent to full, from light to dark, she never remains the same. And yet, paradoxically, she is constant, always returning, always renewing. If the sun was the king of the heavens, the moon was the queen of the night. Where the sun ruled with power and clarity, the moon whispered of transformation, prophecy, and the hidden. Across every culture, the moon became a symbol of the divine feminine, of fertility and birth, of protection and prophecy, of the mystery that lies not in blinding light, but in shadow and reflection. This is the story of the moon in astrotheology. This is the story of how humanity found the sacred feminine written across the sky. The moon as timekeeper. Before clocks, before calendars carved in stone, the moon measured time. Her phases were humanity's first calendar, dividing months into crescents, quarters, and fulls. Farmers planted by her cycles, fishermen timed their catch by her tides, and priests declared holy days according to her light. The moon governed sacred rhythms. A month, took its name from her. Her cycle mirrored the cycle of women's bodies, tying her inexorably to fertility, motherhood, and renewal. Life itself seemed bound to her rhythm. Where the sun measured the year, the moon measured the soul. She was change within constancy. She was time as mystery. Goddesses of the moon. The Egyptians honored Khonsu, the lunar god whose name meant traveler, for the moon was the traveler across night. Thoth, god of wisdom and writing, was also linked to lunar reckoning, for the moon measured time and kept cosmic order. And Isis, great mother and protector, often absorbed lunar qualities, her face shining like the silver disk above the Nile. The Greeks saw three faces of the moon. Selene was the personification of the moon itself, driving her chariot across the night sky. Artemis, goddess of the hunt, was the lunar maiden, protector of the wild and of childbirth. Hecate, goddess of the crossroads, embodied the dark moon, mystery, and magic. Together they formed a triple goddess, maiden, mother, and crone, waxing, full, and waning. Rome echoed these forms. Luna, goddess of the shining disk, had her temple on the Aventine Hill. Diana ruled the wild places, childbirth, and chastity, honored as both virgin and protector of women. In India, Chandra, sometimes called Soma, was the moon god, his cool nectar nourishing life, his cycle guiding astrology and ritual. His 27 or 28 lunar mansions, nakshatras, still mark Vedic astrology today. The feminine principle was not always female in form, but the moon's qualities, change, renewal, fertility, mystery, carried the essence of the sacred feminine. The moon in sacred cycles. The moon's phases were more than light in the sky. They became metaphors for life itself. The waxing moon was growth, youth, the maiden. The full moon was fertility, power, the mother. The waning moon was age, wisdom, the crone. And the dark moon was death. But never final, for always she returned. Religions tied their festivals to these rhythms. In Judaism, new moons were sanctified with Rosh Chodesh, marking beginnings. Passover fell on the full moon of Nisan, Sukkot on the full moon of Tishrei. In Christianity, Easter is still determined by the moon, the first Sunday after the first full moon following the spring equinox. In Islam, the calendar itself is lunar, Ramadan, Hajj, and Eid begin with the sighting of the crescent. In Hinduism, fasts and feasts follow lunar days, from Ekadash fasts to the harvest moon festival of Sharad Purnima. In Buddhism, full moons mark sacred events like Vesak, commemorating the Buddha's birth, enlightenment, and passing. The moon was not only a calendar, she was sacred time itself. The moon in myth and religion. In Mesopotamia, the moon was Nanna, or Sun, the great god of He was the father of Shamash the sun and Inanna, the goddess of love and war. As the god of the moon, Nanna governed wisdom, omens, and sacred cycles. Priests watched the moon's phases to divine the will of heaven. Among the Aztecs, Coyosauqui, the moon goddess, was slain and dismembered by her brother Huitzilopochtli, the sun and war god. Her myth reflected the moon's cycles of fragmentation and renewal. For the Maya, Ixchel was the moon goddess of weaving, fertility, and healing. For the Inca, Mamaquilla, the moon goddess, was consort of Inti the sun, guardian of women and keeper of the calendar. In China, the moon goddess Chang'e was said to dwell on the moon after drinking an elixir of immortality. With her was the jade rabbit, pounding the elixir of life. The Mid-Autumn Festival still celebrates reunion and reflection beneath the full moon. In Japan, Tsukuyomi, the moon god, ruled the night, while moon-viewing festivals honored beauty and impermanence. Even in the north among the Norse, Mani was the moon god, chased across the sky by wolves. In Celtic lore, Ceridwen was a lunar goddess of the cauldron, brewing wisdom and inspiration. Wherever humans looked, they found the moon a symbol of feminine power, wisdom, and renewal. The shadow of the moon. Yet the moon was not only gentle, her darkness carried fear. Eclipses were omens. In Hindu myth, the demon Rahu swallows the moon, only to have it re-emerge. In China, a dragon devoured it. In Norse myth, wolves chased and swallowed it. People banged drums, shouted prayers, performed rituals to restore her light. The full moon, too, was feared. It was said to inspire madness, lunacy, and strange behavior. Witches were said to meet by her light, to cast spells at her fullness. The same feminine power that nurtured was also feared, suppressed, or demonized. The moon embodied ambivalence. She was mother and witch, healer and sorceress, protector and threat. She was the feminine, both revered and resisted. The moon in modern spirituality. Today, the moon still inspires ritual. Neo-pagan and Wiccan traditions honor her as goddess, holding ceremonies at full and new moons. Astrology still reads her as ruler of emotions, memory, and hidden instincts. Science tells us she is a barren rock, her light only reflected from the sun. Yet she moves oceans, governs tides, and shapes life in ways both physical and symbolic. Astronauts walked upon her, leaving footprints on the goddess of old. Yet even this did not erase her mystery. We still gather to watch eclipses, still mark time by her cycles, still marvel at her glow. In poetry, in music, in love, the moon remains the symbol of mystery and romance. So why has the moon always been tied to the feminine divine? Because she embodies cycles of growth and decline, of death and renewal. Because she reflects light instead of producing it, teaching that power can be quiet, borrowed, hidden, and yet profound. Because her rhythms echo the rhythms of the body, the tides, and the heart. The sun may rule the day with clarity and power, but the moon rules the night with mystery and transformation. She is the mirror of the soul, the reminder that what is hidden is not gone, that what wanes will wax again, that every death holds the seed of renewal. The moon is the divine feminine principle written across the sky, sometimes worshipped, sometimes suppressed, but always enduring. For as long as she rises, humanity will continue to find its mystery reflected in her light. Please like and subscribe for more content. Thank you for watching.